And welcome! Sorry, that took forever. So, YouTube decided to stop working as soon as I started stream. And I forgot to update the stream title or even make sure... I wasn't even streaming to YouTube. I forgot to turn on the YouTube stream. Because last stream we were not streaming on YouTube. So, I hooked it up after the stream already started, and then it decided to not even use the waiting room that I already made, and it made a new one. And when YouTube makes a new one, It has no thumbnail, no whatever, nothing. It's cooked AF, and I couldn't even open it. For like 15 minutes, YouTube just refused to load my VOD or even acknowledge its existence. So yeah, so now that's over. Now that's all working, and now we can actually move on. So, as you can see by the thumbnail, I have gotten minor spoilers by people being like, "Oh my god, they removed gacha," and now you guys got spoiled too. Okay, you guys got spoiled too. So if you haven't seen it already, and now you also got spoiled, but I'm sure there's a lot of finer details that would make sense to look at. So we will watch the stream together and we'll comment on it as it goes. How was my Taurus Cup? Well, as you can see on the stream title, we have 2 activities today. After we finish checking out the live stream, I will do my CM final, which I haven't touched yet, to see if I get cooked or don't get cooked. We'll find out. Gacha always seemed like a weird parent for Warframe. True. I say that when I haven't even played Warframe, but I guess the kind of game it is, kinda. It's. Hang on. Would it be accurate for me to compare Warframe to
Maygi I inspect, Maygi I inspect.
To like PoE, Path of Exile? Is that accurate at all? Lots of gear min-maxing and zoom endgame run around, beat up mobs really fast. Kinda. I don't know. But it's like 3D instead of top down. Oh, also Latvia, thanks for 11 months, yay! No idea, never played PoE. I was watching a friend play Warframe. She has like some 10k hours or something, and she was just literally like zooming around the map like a PoE late game build with temporalis, blink spamming, and just clearing trash mobs extremely fast. And I'm like, for some reason it feels like PoE 2 to me. Kinda, Oh, speaking of PoE 2, before anyone asks, yes, I will be playing that on Friday when it launches. Yeah. Very min-maxing and fast-paced, yeah. So kinda similar, right? Also, someone asked if I'm going to be doing Pilgrim's Traverse. Yes, I will. So look forward to that. I will also do the video guides and whatever as usual. So, yeah. Whenever that comes out, hopefully soon TM. Hopefully, will it be in the next month or so? Cause if not, I should probably log on to FF before then to make sure to claim the leftovers of my house exploding, because I let my house explode finally to free me from having to make sure it doesn't explode. I have finally let it explode, and now I have a timer to collect my belongings now that my house exploded. Or else they all get sent to the void. Not that I really care for the stuff in there too much anyway, but it would probably be nice if it doesn't get sent to the void, right? Probably. Or maybe it would be a good thing, because think about the inventory space I'm saving. Finally rent-free, yeah. Finally. Because paying a sub just to keep the house alive when I don't really play is kind of whatever. Oh, on the topic of FF, I have been thinking of like going back and just playing one of the old deep dungeons for a stream or two, just to ease myself back into it before Pilgrim's Traverse, because I'm probably giga rusty at this point. What else? Oh, we are quickly nearing in on my 4th anniversary. It's been 4 years since I started streaming. Can you believe that? Probably not, because in like my first year of streaming, all I did was stream FF14 and like some garbage games on outside of that. I didn't start YouTube until like year 2, so yeah, it's been a heck of a journey, and I have a short post coming soon TM just to do a retrospective of how things have been so far and what we can expect in the future. And yeah, it's like POV with the optimization and stuff, right? Because like, it's not just about how much DPS you're doing. Like, you're not just like, I don't know how important is like the single target DPS in Warframe. Cause like in like PoE, it's like most of what you're doing is killing trash mobs, but you know DPS is important against like the bosses. But that being said, in the first league in PoE 2, at the end game, no boss lives more than like 10 seconds. Which I think is kinda lame. Playing through the campaign the first time and like actually fighting a boss for several minutes, now that's where the fun was at, okay? How have things been? They've been okay. I've been hanging in there. But yeah, I'll try to get that post out soon, TM. So it basically can help give you guys an idea of how things have been and where things are going. Yeah? So anyways, shall we start watching? It sounds Warframe adjacent. Yeah, kind of, right? Again, I haven't. Yeah, I've never played Warframe, so I'm not exactly too knowledgeable on that. And I've only played PoE 2 on the first week. What character am I gonna make in PoE 2? I was thinking of trying something new. I probably will just go Sark again, because that way I can like get a better impression of how things have changed. Because I skipped last league. I know a lot of my friends also tried last league and just couldn't really get into it, you know? But League 3 seems like surely they fixed all the crap, right? Surely they fixed it all, because like League 2, they started out on the wrong foot, and like people had already like lost interest before they actually got into it, so but yeah, why don't we check out the live stream? I am also curious to see what else they're cooking. Okay. Can you guys see the peeb? How's this perspective, guys? You want me to make the screen bigger?
Our story began with the gift of the Heaven Tree. A divine blessing that birthed abundance and marked the dawn of civilization.
I have no recollection of these events in the beta.
From plenty rose greed, from fear, fury. Solarians and Charons crossed blades once more, Another turn in the endless spiral of strife.
This looks like the animation of like claiming your Vulcan.
Step forward and seek the origin and the reckoning long buried beneath the sands of time.
Holy! The male MC, guys. They added a male MC. It does kind of remind me of the Wuban story thing. Yo, imagine if the movement actually looks like that in game. Peeve! Crossfield, thanks for 7 months, yay! Big titty goth GF. I think this is a new character. That was the first limited character. But I mean, they said they're taking out the gacha now, so let's see how that turns out. Imagine Willa but not a gacha. I think a more accurate thing is imagine Warframe than anime girls. What the F is that bow positioning as a violin player? I cannot stand for that.
Sand ropes weave the path beneath.
Oh, this was in the game. I remember this.
Thou dream of a pristine sand realm. There lies the beginning of the story.
PoE 2 but anime when that would hit real hard. Like imagine just PoE 2 but anime women. Okay, anime women make everything better.
Someone will pluck you from the briny waters and lead you to a frozen wilderness where destiny will pose the ultimate test.
Wait! I'm getting some freaking deja vu. That grapple singing, they used that scene twice already.
Little we have for what we desire.
Did I skip the 30 minutes of the stream? No, we're watching since the start.
A fortune. I'm curious if a naive fool can actually make a difference, even a little.
Oh yeah, right. So they have you can get guns in this game. You can quick swap to guns. You can literally animation cancel with guns. Like you could swing your sword then animation cancel with a shotgun. That being said, I don't know how like important the guns
once more.
are meant to be.
Another path twisted into the heat.
Wait. There's no way that the trailer is looping for the first 30 minutes of the live stream. I thought I was going crazy. Holy! Oh, there's only 30 minutes to actually watch that. Okay. I mean, you know, quality over quantity, right? So it's going to be a jam-packed 30 minutes. Like, I was already thinking 1 hour is... I feel like 1 hour is kind of on the shorter side for like a huge reveal stream. Yet alone 30 minutes? Okay, wow. So I guess we're not going to watch the trailers for 30 minutes. Dude, wait, that is actually such a scam. They went live and had people watch the trailer on loop for 30 minutes. This game has a party? No. Wait. Who said anything about party? Yes, you only play one character. Unless they changed it, okay? So we will see. Let me... Okay, here we go. This is the actual start of the stream. This is the actual start. Yo, Luno mentioned, guys. Luno, you know. Beat mentioned. you misunderstood what I meant by quick swap. Like, no, yeah, it's like Cartesian. Like, you know how she could quick swap between herself by like swapping to mommy mode and then back to normal, right? You could like swap to your gun and animation cancel an attack, and then animation cancel the after lag of a gun attack by switching back to normal or whatever.
大家好，欢迎来到二重螺旋公测定档节目，我是二重螺旋制作人十倍大熊。
Oh wait, hang on. The freaking subtitles are getting cropped off. You guys can't see them. Hang on. Hold on. The bottom of the television is cut off, and that's not okay. Okay, there. Now you can see it.
二重螺旋的运营小段，我是二重螺旋场景美术小智。
这明星测试已经结束一段时间了，那我们呢仔细看了问卷，还有一些其中的建议跟反馈。我们在之前的测试结束呢，我们也做了一些简单的回应。那近期呢，其实我们又做了一些新的调整方案。
Different adjustments. We've already heard some of them, so let's see what else has changed.
后续的重磅调整。
重磅调整，
pretty cool
大勇老师就不要
actually
卖
like
关子
this
了，赶紧给大家讲一下吧，是什么重磅调整？
那稍微等一下，我找一个道具。
好
，OK， 那就是免费。
哦，
Free
是什么免费呢？
那首先呢，第一点就是角色免费。
角色免费
Every character is
什么个
free.
免费法？
So the characters they're not
还有
not
武器免费。
gacha. Weapons
武器
free
免
too.
费。
对，这个最重要的就是我们取消了我角色和武器的卡池。未来所
Character
有
and
的
weapon
角色跟
banners
武器都
all
可以通
free.
过游戏的免费玩法获得，直到全部收集。
那挺好的。
那第二点呢，就是体力无限。
哦，我这也有。
对，
那我们删除了体力的系统，未来呢也没有那种让大家很难受的体力卡住玩家了。
Okay, so my first reaction to hearing them decide to basically they're going from a gacha model to a normal game model, and it's like it's a little odd to make that transition a couple CBTs in after being basically marketed as a gacha game, you know. So I guess we have to watch a little more and see what else they're adjusting. A normal game in a live service way, and don't get me wrong, I love live service games, right? You know, but like non-gacha games. In fact, I think gacha games are totally like the plague upon the gaming world, you know. Ever since the success of gacha games, every company has been freaking doing just gachas as an easy cash grab. From the little bit I did play the betas though, even when it was like gacha, there was content that you can grind, and there were daily systems that like gave you reward multipliers. So, like for example, like there was this one instance that you could grind. I don't think it took any stamina, but if you use some of these special cards, and of course if you use premium currency, you can get like these cards that give you like 10 times loot. And like daily you get cards that give you like 2 to 4 times loot. So like you can technically grind for baseline loot past the energy cap. This was in the CBT. Except, you know, you're not exactly getting that much. I wonder if they're going to continue with a similar system, you know, where it's like you can grind, but it's like there is a daily thing that gives way more, you know, which is, you know, kind of typical live service game design. Like think of like running a dungeon in FF14. You get, like, if you're running a dungeon for experience in like FF14, the first dungeon you run every day from the daily roulette will give significantly more rewards than the dungeons that you could just spam again and again and again. But nothing's stopping you from spamming it if you want to, right? But it just turns out in most of those games that for most people, all they do is a daily. But yeah, so there's no energy system. But that doesn't mean there's going to be no FOMO/time gate, right? Like, especially for a lot of these games, it even makes sense for them to have a it makes sense for them to have like daily bonuses to kind of also like reduce the gap between players who could only play 30 minutes a day versus players who will literally sit at the computer for 15 hours grinding, you know. Wouldn't be surprised if they have a battle pass. Yeah, definitely something like that. So I'm just trying to throw out some predictions and like how I think things might turn out. Didn't the gacha craze first start with the fake Grand Order and later with Genshin? Yeah, but FGO was like FGO Grand Blue is like mostly contained in like GP, right? Gacha did not reach the global audience until Genshin. At which point it's become a global disaster. And yes, I also hate that I liked them as well. Okay? They have cute anime waifus, right, in gacha games. Now, if only we could get, like, an actual game, like, imagine, like, again, like POV 2 of an anime waifus, right? But yeah, it's unfortunate how effective they are. Blue Protocol's Star Resonance is FTP and has battle pass other than cosmetics. I looked a little bit at the new Blue Protocol as someone who's grinded to level cap on the old Blue Protocol. And just looking at the gacha version, I just feel like it's a little scuffed. Like, think about it, right? Blue Protocol failed. Tencent bought it out, and they're like, "Yep, we're gonna turn it into a gacha game now, or whatever." Or well, it's not a gacha game. Sorry, it's a mobile game, right? Marketed towards like gacha audience though. So I'm also curious to see how that turns out. I'd love to be proven wrong and that it's actually a giga cool game or whatever, but it's just hard for me to be excited for it after playing an original Blue Protocol and watching it flop. But yeah, so TLDR of what we've seen in this game so far, we've just got at the beginning of the stream, we just saw the big announcement that there is no gacha and no stamina, so we put up some predictions for how things might be, and let's see how they shape up. I think all in all, it's a bold step. It's definitely something that's taken the gacha world by surprise. I've seen so many posts and videos and people being like, "Oh my god, what the F? They removed gacha. The gacha game just removed gacha. No, now it's just a game." That's crazy behavior. But let's see how they execute it.
我第一次听到这个改动的时候，其实感觉一大堆的工作量都在等着我，然后
Oh yeah, it's going to be a ton of work to rework the game mechanics around it.
但是听完大雄老师去仔细的讲解之后，我们具体的修改方案其实慢慢地也接受了。
Hang on. Pause for 1 minute. How long ago was CBT2, guys? It was like a month ago, right? Less than a month ago?
張り切っていこう
Cause think about it. Like, how long have they decided? Because like this is a huge change. Like the whole fundamentals of their systems depend on if it's a gacha or not or whatever. So it's like, I mean, like last month it was still a gacha, so they just made this huge decision right now, and have they had the proper time to think through and rework the game system? Because like changes like this are not small changes at all, and it to me it's crazy that they can go from being a gacha game in 1 month and then 2 months later have the game at a ready place to launch with no gacha. That just seems a little crazy, dude. Like it's so much work. It's so much work. They have to like redesign all the systems and everything. So yeah, I just wanted to raise that up because it hasn't been long between when this was gacha and when it's not. It's not delayed. Like, what do you mean? Like, no, there were definitely bones to make it a normal game. Like, I remember having thoughts and thinking like how this shouldn't even be a gacha game. So, like, I do feel like it definitely had a good core, but it still feels like it's a very small time to still make the transition, right? It's a big transition. Maybe they saw how oversaturated the gacha market is becoming. Maybe. Because I mean, like they have a lot of like, as far as I know, okay, because I'm no Warframe expert, but I know a lot of the mechanics in the game mechanics and progression are very parallel with Warframe. So maybe it's because, you know, so many things are more like Warframe than like the typical gacha formula these days, that they just decided, wait guys, why are we a gacha game again? Identity crisis! Anyways, let's keep watching.
工作前搞这么大改动，确实每个部门的。
Yeah, okay, that's exactly what I'm saying, dude. Making such a huge change before launch.
更加完善，更符合玩家的反馈啊，其实我们觉得是蛮值得的。那我们重点讲一下我们现在这个
Okay, stamina system.
那就是说之前的测试当中，其实我们被很多玩家诟病，说我们游戏玩法这个其实以爽刷为目的的，但其实又有体力卡的，其实挺难受的。
是我自己上测玩的时候，其实在体力方面有非常多想吐槽的点。我自己比如说我自己刷本，刷到，因为我们有连战嘛，刷第3波、第4波的时候，其实我还想继续刷，但是呢，这个时候提醒我体力不够了，但是我感觉好像要逼着我要买体力，但我不想买，这个时候非常难受啊！就算我们后
Wait, you can run out of stamina in the middle of a multi-wave dungeon? Wait, I'm trying to probe my memory. Would you like claim? Wait, I think I remember. You claim rewards every wave, and it costs resin or whatever. And so I guess you can actually run on in the middle. The stamina system seems like the least important change. No, yeah, 100%. Like I feel like, cause again, there were a lot of things that you can grind without energy back then even. So let's keep seeing. Am I confident for Torrance finals? No, it's a literal 50-50. Do I get the potatoes? Do I get sweats? And yeah, I don't know. Like, I've seen some really scuffed horses win, and I've seen some really good horses lose. So it's gonna be up there.
后面在测试过程中给我们投放了很多这个免费的体料啊，但是总感觉哪里不舒服。
所以就是因为这些不舒服，所以我们经过内部讨论，最终决定删掉这个
entirely scrap the 7 system。
那这里面所有的委托副本啦，还有养成材料啊、武器图纸，甚至珍贵的素材，还有逆函副本，其实我们都删除体力了。简单来讲，就是想怎么刷就怎么刷，大家也不要受到体力的影响，或者要去计算体力啊，或者受到体力的裹挟啊。
Oh, bold statement. Hold up, look.
要去计算。
And no more math. Whoa, I guess I'm not welcome here, guys. Someone thought your team's gonna lose the gold chip, but your Rudolph popped out at 7 lanes at the end. Okay, well, not gonna lie, but your Rudolph is a little mid. So I'm also surprised, okay? Cause I've seen gold ships with like absolute garbage stats win, okay? Gold ship just has like some hidden buff.
体力的裹挟啊，去考虑怎么使用体力更有性价比，就希望大家更轻松一点。
那体力系统就是经过这样的大改，与之相关的系统要怎么调整？就比如说上次就是比较卡进度的历练等级系统呢？
这个我来补充说明一下吧，因为之前的这个历练等级是和体力算是强相关的啊，我们消耗体力，然后获得历练经验，然后提升历练等级。那么现在体力这个系统删掉之后呢，我们对历练等级这个系统也做了一些调整啊，后续历练等级将会与这个角色收集进度、角色养成进度、武器收集进度、武器养成进度，然后包括我们的日常啊、支线、主线和这个系统更相关一些。然后随着历练等级不断提升啊，会不断的解锁新的内容，然后也会有解锁这个新的全局增益效果。
So you just get you unlock stuff based on your like total progression.
以及说多倍掉落券的这个功能，我们还是做了一个保留，因为我们觉得这两个系统，当然之前有的这个连战功能，以及说多倍掉落券。
So there are items that double your drop rate in dungeons, and they're going to stay. That makes sense. How is the story in DNA or?
这个功能我们还是做了一个保留，因为我们觉得这两个系统，对于这个玩家刷副本来说还是非常有帮助的。
确实，那体力系统呢，其实移除呢，其实我们就是不希望再有限制了，让玩家有更多的选择，想刷就刷啦，想玩就玩啦。对于想刷的玩家来讲，他其实可以尽兴的去玩了，就不会说我爽一半，然后可能又体力。那对于休闲玩家来讲，那其实也不用说一定要被体力裹挟，每天强制上线要清体力，不清体力就觉得哇我好亏这样。
是，感觉少上一天就比别人落后一天，很难受。
对，
是的。
So now you can just grant your heart's
进游戏里面自由的体验，然候去刷取自己想要的东西。
So maxing out characters and weapons and Warframe gives you like mastery XP, which is like union level. Yeah, that sounds like pretty much what it is, just like some global XP thing.
关于抽卡呢，在过去的测试当中，其实我们开放了武器免费的获取途径，那个时候大家反响还蛮不错的，对吧？那整个抽卡模式其实就如果按照旧版的来讲，其实大家压力都还是蛮大的，所以我们需要做一些调整，所以我们把角色的抽卡也取消了，武器的抽卡也取消了，这个其实对我们玩法本身来讲更自洽一些，所以针对这个调整来说，其实我们的目的呢
Play the game.
Pay to win 这件事情，在我们的整个游戏当中，其实已经不是那么重要了。
Okay, they want to make pay to win not a big deal. So why was it ever like if they ever cared about pay to win and integrity and player strength? Why would it ever even be? Why would gacha even ever be a consideration to start out? I mean, I guess they've had an awakening because. Guys, you know what gacha games are? They are the socially acceptable form of pay-to-win games in the West. Remember, people like Westerners in general do not like pay-to-win mechanics in their games. And then gacha games happen, and somehow now all of a sudden everyone's okay with pay-to-win mechanics. Pay-to-win in single-player games. Yep. Yeah, I don't know why you would why it's so appealing, you know, but I mean, as someone who's also dropped my fair share in gacha games, like I've dropped money in single player gachas as well. It is what it is, you know. You see a waifu and you're like, I want to make her real strong, and then oops, accidentally spent $1,000, right? It could be just the hyper normalization of gambling. Like, imagine you're a game studio, it's like, okay, we're making an anime game. Oh, so you're making a gacha, right? Okay, guess we're making a gacha. Every freaking anime game, whatever, it's all gacha these days. You know, every game just has to be gacha. Every game has to keep up the gacha formula, you know.
我其实自己上册其实也有抽了我们自己的卡池嘛，然后因为我们之前是有一个不歪池的一个设计，其实抽那个池的时候就没有那种担心，就只要攒够资源抽就完事儿。然后其实抽完那个我享受饭期下一个这个一速的时候，发现当抽到速的时候还没有出货，其实我越往下抽就越担心，因为我担心自己会歪，因为歪这件事情就非常难受，因为我攒了那么久资源。 好不容易说，哎，我想把自己喜欢的角色再往上养一养，然后歪了，那结果真的就歪了。
对呀。
Yeah, you simply don't lose, right? Relink was the only exception, yeah, and Relink was a great freaking game, amazing game. If only we could get more anime games these days that are just not gachas.
就歪就很难受，是吧？
其实我这边的话，我个人玩游戏，也喜欢去攒东西。我攒挺久，然后攒了很多的资源，就为了抽这个角色。但是呢，我在抽之前，我还要担心，就是这个东西我运气好不好。你还要送。
So they're basically all saying that we've all realized that gacha feels like ass. Imagine saving for months and it's like. Oh, am I going to hit the thing I want, or am I going to pull out the credit card? Yeah, they're all realizing, yeah, gacha sucks. You know, yeah, screw gacha. Yeah, you know what? Plus one. Would I say that Duet is a Genshin clone? Obviously.
算，对我需要去看看我的这段运气行不行，我不行的话我都不敢抽。
对，而且卡池这个东西吧，它是有个周期的。
And now before some people start getting angry, you know, obviously it has its distinctions, but you know, we all know that after Genshin happened, a ton of other gachas spawned as derivatives with a lot of similarities, but also a lot of differences, you know. Unlucky. You know how you have to like make your horses in Umamusume? It's like breeding, right? Unlucky that Genshin is the parent to all of these gacha games.
对，说这个卡池在这段时间开放，这个卡池结束之后，我就没有办法拿到这个角色。其实这点其实也是对于很多玩家来说是比较难受的一个。
对，其实像卡池周期，你错过了就错过了，你想再用。
Okay, I don't want to get into a whole freaking argument about that. Like, I was thinking of not even answering that question, but it's like anybody who doesn't agree with that is absolutely delusional. Anybody who doesn't see that the games are similar. Dude, I had a time, bro. I was playing Duet on my phone, and then my waiter walks over. I'm just like, yo, was that Genshin Impact? Yeah, that was the last time I played Duet in public, okay? Never again.
用其实很困难，
是。
对，然后其实，在我们全免费之后，其实目前我们没有这样的担忧了，大家可以放心的去玩游戏，因为不管怎么变，我们角色都在那儿。
是。
对，所以你就可以放心的大胆的去游玩它。
我觉得还有就是，在这个卡池周期内，其实我们很重要的一个点是，抽到这个角色，我想要去组成一个配对，我这个队伍的配置很重要，我在这个游戏里面的体验就更好。如果错过这个周期之后，那这个队伍可能就是搭不起来了，包括一些，像我们上次赛期可以飞，那我没有这个角色，错过了就错过了，我就再也不能去体验这个飞行技能。
对，就更好的去让玩家跟用户能够更早的去接触这些可以玩的内容，去体验游戏本身的乐趣。
是，大家的游戏体验都是一样的。
哎，对，是的。所以作为一个玩家来讲，从我们自己的体验出发，包括玩家给我们的反馈，其实我们从决定在公测版本中删除角色跟武器抽卡这个东西，还有因为删除了角色武器抽卡，所以我们角色武器的星级呢，其实也设定也都统一掉了。
So they scrapped the star rating and everything from weapons and stuff. Like, I feel like something like that could stay. Cause like, if you can grind for the stuff, why don't they just keep those stars or whatever as additional upgrades, right? Especially like if they're already balanced, right? So it raises a few questions. One, if they're not balanced, if they were just like tacked on like all the benefits from pulling dupes and stuff, it's like, if it's not balanced, then like, what the heck were they doing? And two, if it is balanced, why remove it? You know, just probably they could totally just use that as a progression system now. And yeah, they're really just talking about why gacha sucks. It doesn't make sense to farm 4-star character. Well, the other question is this. Are they even going to have X-star character anymore? If there's no, I mean... Okay, hang on. In Warframe, is there different rarities between or different ranks between like different frames? Or like, are some frames like more expensive or more premium than others or anything, or are they all inherently the same? No. Okay, I see. Some are just better than others. Well, that's just, you know, when you have different things with different capabilities, some just turn to be meta, you know. They're all quote-unquote equal. So there's not like things that are inherently better than others. Okay, that makes sense. Which would make you wonder, right? There's clearly a distinction between the complexity of the kit in like DNA on like a 4-star versus 5-star character. I wonder how that will translate into gacha removal version. Cause like obviously, you know, the 5-stars had a lot more effort put into them with their animations and everything, and it's like, so what? Who would invest in some lower tier character or whatever? Are the characters even going to like have those distinctions in their tiers, you know? Or are they going to redesign them all to be more equal? Because I mean, if in any gacha game, you guys have all seen, you know, the SSRs, the 5-stars they all have, obviously they have more budget put into them than 4-stars because they're supposed to be more expensive and more flashy. And DNA was no exception. And now that they removed that, are the 4-stars still cucked? Or do they have to go back and make them better, right? How high are the chances that DNA planned this as a marketing stunt? I commented on this earlier. I think I'm not accusing them of just making it a marketing stunt. I will say there's definitely a non-zero chance because something this big does not happen in a couple months. I don't know, maybe they're all giga chads and working their butt off, right? But like, I don't know. It's hard to say.
那在这个情况下，所以我们要引入一个思绪片段的这么一个概念。那通俗来讲，这个思绪片段就是角色碎片。那调整这个系统之后呢，我们整个角色跟武器的获取方式就有2种。那第一种呢，其实就是通过密函系统。
Dailies, weeklies, you love to see it.
还有武器铸造的材料。那角色呢，就是碎片合成来获得。那武器就是通过刷取的这个叫武器的铸造材料来锻造获得。那第2点呢，其实就是可以在商店界面中直接购买成品的角色碎片跟武器。结合上面我们说的。
Oh, wait, you can still just buy them. Okay, so the way I see this makes me think of like, okay, this is I'm a bit ashamed that this is the first thing that comes to mind. But it reminds me of like characters in League of Legends, you know? Like you can grind for them, right? In game, get your first win of the day, IP bonus. Oh, sorry, blue essence. Oh, sorry, wait, blue essence is removed. I mean, you don't get IP from games anymore. But back then, remember, you can grind for the character, or you could just buy them straight up from the shop, right? And you can buy warframes outright from the game if you want to. Yeah. Okay, so this makes sense. You know, you can grind, or you can just buy the character. Yeah, fair enough.
这个叫体力系统取消，那玩家可以免费刷取角色碎片和武器铸造材料，从而获得自己更喜欢的角色跟武器了。
Yeah, buying versus unlocking DLC characters, I think that's fair. Having to buy runes, don't remind me.
上一次测试，就是委托密函这个系统，好像在我这边体验不是太好，就是相信屏幕前的玩家可能也一样。然后大家担心的问题就是，角色加入委托密函系统后，是否会有同样很多读点？针对这个，我们会怎么调整呢？
委托密函这个的话，因为我们做了比较大的调整，这里我就结合图片为大家再简单介绍一下。然后，因为角色加入之后，我们之前委托密函的设计就不再适用了。后续委托密函将会分为角色、武器、魔之蝎3种。角色密函的话是可以通过副本。
So you need to specifically go out of your way to pick character shards versus the other options, which are like the normal progression options. Fair enough.
刷取的，然后也可以通过常。
The caveat is potentially every character besides MC is technically DLC. So yeah, right. What? Are you just stuck on MC until you farm enough to get any character, or do you guys think any of the characters, like the 4 stars, do you think any of them will just be like straight up free?
常驻的玩法获得。当然我们也考虑到不同玩家的需求啊，游戏内也会同时开放角色碎片的购买途径。
And then of course you can buy them in game. Fair enough.
这个购买的话，你可以只买1片也可以买2片、3片，这个根据自己需求来就可以了。总体而言，我们是希望把选择权交给玩家，并且整体刷取的体验是高效的、轻松的，大家可以根据自己的时间去进行游玩。
其实说人话的话，是指每个碎片都是固定的掉落，不会出现一个密函出现多个角色碎片，是这样吧？
是的，是的，就不会出现这种就是一个密
You
函里
won't
面
get
它
a
是其他碎
random
片的
fragment.
一个
Okay,
情
that's
况，就
right.
我们密函是一个1对1的设计。比如说我要刷取丽贝卡，那我就可以先从副本里面刷取丽贝卡的密函，然后将它打开，打开后你只会掉落丽贝卡的角色碎片，并且在密函获取之后，这个密函是永久有效的，并不会说放在背包里一段时间之后，这个密函就失效了。
那我还有一个问题，就是角色碎片刚才听下来就是一个一个的买，意思是如果说我刷碎片刷了一半，那剩下一半我可以半价购买吗？
对对对，这个理解没有问题。就是我们在界面里面，在合成的时候可以看到右下角其实会有显示当前你这个角色已经获得碎片的进度，以及说如果你要把它合成出来之后，你还需要花费的钱。当你刷取的碎片越来越多的时候，其实你需要花的钱会越来越少到最后就是可以免费获得。
那这样如果我想要获得所有的角色，岂不是很累？
这你放心。那我们游戏呢，其实是有 AI 队友协助可以使用的。那我们其实初衷也是希望大家可以玩起来更轻松的，在刷取的过程当中 ，AI 会帮你承担不少的工作。其实你就可以做到一边玩一边听小说、看电视剧、听音乐都可以。所以我们希望的是说， 这
Hang
套
on,
模式
hang
呢
on,
是
hold
希
up.
望
Is this
大家
are
玩
you
起来
know
更
what
轻松更
grinding
没有
like?
压力。
Hang on. Is this like you have NPCs helping you in a dungeon, or is it complete like autonomous farming? You're just like send NPCs out to farm that dungeon. Okay, they'll be back in an hour. You know, is it one of those systems or?
那总之，其实未来我们的角色和武器就是纯免费模式了。那不同的角色密函，只是获取途径不同啊，其他都是一样。那光靠今天的直播讲解，其实可能理解起来会有点复杂，因为信息量比较大。
是。
所以呢，我们后面小段这边可能会有更多的准备的一些图文栏目，方便大家更高效的去理解我们这个改动。
是，本次这个密函改动
Is
确实
it
比较复杂，所以
multiplayer?
我们这边也会准备更为详细
I
的密函的规
don't
则，
remember
然
if
后
I
帮助大
see
家
saw
在
any
上线
co-op
前更好的
co-op
了解这个系统。
options when I played.
不过小段老师，就是我还有个问题，刚才我们所聊的那段，就是关于 UP 卡池这个，我们后续会怎么调整？
啊，因为
Warframe has something like that where you can summon 2-character AIs. So it's like you still have to go in the dungeon. You just have some extra things helping you, right? So it's not like AFK, set it and forget it, get free loot. It's just you have like 2 pets or whatever that happen to hit things. And you probably still have to do work. I imagine some people are going to find ways to AFK and have the mobs farm for you. I'm reeling. Full regen build. Full regen build AFK and have your slaves farm for you. Yeah, I mean, any game that's like you can farm infinitely, you know, AFK farmers. I love AFK farming. I play freaking RuneScape. Okay, I am the professional at AFK farming. If you give me something that's potentially AFK farmable, dude, I will crack the code.
因为我们现在所有角色都是免费了，所以其实，在我们游戏里面就没有这个 UP 的这个概念了。所有角色
Back
在
in
使
MMO
用
days,
之后
yeah.
就可以一直通过密函获取。它不
Oh,
存
speaking of that, you know what that reminds me of? So in Tower of Fantasy, which was like it's like a gacha MMO, at the launch, you know what people did to farm mounts? There was one weapon that it had this thing that made these little cubes spin around you that do like the smallest amount of damage, but they circle around you infinitely. So what everyone would do is they would all gather on one channel, AFKing with those tiny little balls spinning around you, and they would just AFK next to a boss spawn to get the mount drop. I think that was actually probably one of the cooler interactions that game ever had, you know. And then when materials, you needed to grind certain materials for monsters, for some things later, people would still bring that AFK farm back. So I think that was cool.
存在说，进入密函之后，过一段时间又从密函消失这样的一个情况。然后这些，因为刚才前面也说了，我们密函开取其实都是免费的，所以你的角色也相当于也是免
Everyone
费
would
获得，
literally
并且
stack together and yeah.
可以一直养成到满岁的
Yeah,
一个
as
状
long
态。
as it's a little more than
那我
zero,
们会
you
对过
know.
去的角
It's
色和
funny,
武
the
器
name of
在
the
数值上进行调
character
整吗？
associated
如
with
果
that
要
weapon
调
was
整的话，
zero.
咱们后续还会有测试吗？
这个肯定是要调整的，因为我们把这个角色和武器的星级这个概念已经去掉了。那么对于过去的这个角色和武器的数值方面，都要做一些调整。然后关于测试的话，因为前面有提到又有体力改动，然后又有卡池的改动，其实这个改动是一个非常大的改动，所以我们运营这边还是会考虑后面做一个。
Okay, hold on. So they just confirmed here that they did not keep the advancements or the sequences or whatever you want to call them. They didn't keep them in the game at all. Not even as an upgrade system. Kind of feels weird. I mean, like if your balance team already went through the trouble of balancing the previous, you know, why not just rework that into a progression system? Will I play Sora Blade? What is that? Sora Stella? Stellar Blade? Sora Stellar? Sora Blade? Sora Stella? What? Warframe doesn't have sequences, but I mean, like, if they already made them, you know, and if they're already balanced, why not, right? Why not add that as a progression system, you know? I mean, if they want to remove it, that's fine. I'm just saying, you know.
这个测试服的概念啊，后面会通过官方社媒发布一些招募的信息啊，然后招募一些玩家来提前体验到我们的这个改动后的版本，然后并且给到我们一些修改意见，帮助我们在公测前再去对产品进行一些打磨。
主要是咱们这次这么大的改动
So there's
然后
another
包括玩
test,
家和我
obviously,
们在
you know. They can't do these changes and just go straight into launch without another test.
在内，其实都有很多就是会有不清楚的地方。其中就是肯定会有一个比较尖锐的问题。咱们后续这个靠什么赚钱呢？然后产品后续的商业化要怎么调整？
The new
是
monetization,
这样，商
cosmetics,
业化
obviously.
方面呢，其实我们会将整体的重点都调整到外观售卖上。角色皮肤、武器皮肤，还有角色饰品等外观呢，都是我们产品后续的主要付费内容了。那相较于过去版本，其实我们还会增加更多更新的外观内容。那这边就简单展示一下我们目前正在做的一些外观。那我们先来看服输的泳装皮肤。
Of course, the first thing they talk about is swimsuits. Well, they really know how to get the money, right?
皮肤我感觉和它原皮相差很大呀。
是，其实我们在设计这
This is releasing at the end of October, so 2 months. Also, I've seen my fair share of games that do like focus on cosmetics for monetization, and it could work, but we'll have to see. We'll have to see how everything's implemented in the grand scheme of things. You know, I was really surprised that Grand Blue Relink. Dude, imagine how much money they could have made if they had like freaking swimsuits in that game, like actual skins. The selling Narmaya skins, so dude, it's flying off the shelf. They really fumbled the bag with that one.
这个服输泳装的时候是希望做一些反差的，然后并且呢，这个新的泳装皮肤在原本的基础上，我们还增加了更多的特效表现，让它变得更精致、更华丽的。
Okay, hang on, hold up. This game doesn't have multiplayer right now, right? Does it? Cause that's kind of a really big thing. Like with the kind of game it's shifting towards, cosmetics. Like people are way more inclined to buy cosmetics if it's multiplayer, you know. Sometimes, like, you know, you don't want something because you want it. You want something so other people can see that you have it. You know? Right? You guys ever get that feeling, right, in games or something, you know? Dude, like, imagine you join a dungeon party, and then you're playing the base skin, and you see someone in this, like, ultra flashy swimsuit, and you're like, God, they're so cool.
沙滩的需求也是和服输相关的，好像没有放出来啊。
接下来这个服输相关的场景就来了，那就是它这个沙滩的小布景。我们在场景当中是可以招出这样的一个小布景的，配合服输的泳装，能看出来它这个画面是非常的清亮丽的。
这个其实因为我只看过原画，然后我看上面很多小的这个视频，那这个小智这边有非常多的细节。
Letting people show off their stuff
图里面其实资产量虽然它比较小，资产量还是比较多的。
Of what keeps people motivated, right? As much as people will deny it or whatever, it's like at the end of the day, as human beings, we like attention, you know? Like, think of the game like WoA, right? WoA's single player. I mean, you can multiplayer, but a lot of the motivation for me to like grind my echoes, it wasn't for me to, it's not because I wanted better echoes. It's because I wanted to post my 75 crit chance, 300 crit damage peep in chat and say, hey guys, check out my peep, you know? It's not because I wanted it for myself. It's because I wanted people to know my peep was really cool. And that's how it is for a lot of people, you know? You wanna flex your stuff. That is the real end game, is it not? You know? And like showing off your cool clears and everything, that's like I had a whole video on that actually. Talking about how the real end game in like Lua was like, you know, and a lot of similar games is it's all about the community and like having cool things and being able to show off your stuff, you know. Hey guys, look! I hit the 10.521! And then everyone's like, oh my god, what the F is your RNG? Share some, you know? Everyone loves to get that attention. Also, the harder things for the follow, welcome.
包括像很多的材质，有一些海浪啊、沙子啊，包括天空中也有一个假的太阳，这样去营造了一个炎炎夏日这种夏日氛围啊，能够更多
yeah, these designs are only in concept right now.
这样的一个气氛。
你可以想象福叔到时候站在那个小椅子上喝个小鸡尾酒，那很爽。
那我们刚才其实看了福叔的皮肤，然后也看了战略道具啊。那我们其他的角色怎么办？未来不会只有这一套皮肤在做吧？
有，我们其实除了福叔皮肤之外，其实每个版本
Outside of Fushu's swimsuit, we've added swimsuits to every character. That's what they should say.
不同的主题系列的皮肤，那例如会有圣诞皮肤
Christmas outfit lineup to every character. That's fine.
怎么样的呢？
That's fine.
能不能看一下？
我们也给你们展示一下我们目前在做的一系列的圣诞皮肤主题。
哦，原来是圣诞主题。那我们之后是不是还有其他节日或者其他的主题？
A lot of back showing over there.
那我们未来呢
Kinda naughty Santa outfit, huh?
我们还会有一些针对至明日测试之后，我们对3套已经有。
All right, hang on, guys. Hold up, guys. So, between beta 1 and beta 2, I did notice that Peeb had she had an outfit in her customization. So they were already cooking outfits, you know. And this was her outfit. I think it looks nice.
那丰富了皮肤的细节，皮肤的这个特效，还有武器皮肤的特效。
Better VFX for weapon skins and stuff.
对所有的角色模型呢以及美术效果都进行。
You know, why play the base model when you can have like ultra sparkling, you know, fancy skins?
这是角色部分。
那个 Truffle 100% my main too.
给大家介绍一下。
好，那我来展示一下最近场景的迭代进度。就比如说我们的冰湖城，主要是有4方面的迭代。第一方面是材质的纹理，主要进行的是纹理的精度提升，还有就是材质的细节迭代。第二方面是光影，主要是迭代成了更加真实的光照。然后第3呢是添加了更多的店铺，还有对应的这个店铺的人文痕迹，主要是为了强化城内的人文的氛围。然后第4是从城市的街道，然后到单个建筑，再到这个建筑的周边的群落装饰，然后从每个层次的细节颗粒度上都做了进一步的丰富，然后主要是为了增加这个场景细节的层次。
以上这么大的一些改动呢，还有品质提升，说实话，其实我们项目组大家都非常的努力和辛苦了。那这里呢，其实也非常感谢上一次测试的玩家给我们的那个真诚的建议，还有信任，就是因为有这些，所以才是我们这种改动的动力。
是，这个我们非常感谢每一位就提供反馈意见的玩家。那么在介绍完体力系统以及商业化的这个调整之后，针对知名测试，我们其实发了一个总结回顾嘛。然后今天是不是也可以向大家这个汇报一下那些更细节的一些优化进度？
首先有一点就是大家也比较关心的，就是我们的主角夜航篇的玩家在公测版本会正式进入可以自己的角色，加入我们的整备系统。
那就是和其他角色一样，就是我可以自己操纵自己，然后在这个进行战斗啊，可以行动这些。
对，
那挺好。那其他还有什么吗？
还有也是大家比较关心的副本玩法优化。 就如之前公告我们说的，我们其实移除了所有副本的时间锁。
太好了。
No
我
time
们仅
limit.
保留了刷怪的数量还有目标。
No more
只要你
hugging the
刷得越快
stupid
你的
thing.
时间就越短。
太好了，3分钟的限时我们再也不用了。
那除此之外，其实我们还有增加了一个叫 AI 自动召唤的功能。
Oh,
那其实我
okay,
们
so
上
they
一次
already
游戏里
talked
面有
about
很多
this,
玩家
right?
并不知道我们有这么个 AI 召唤功能在副本当中。所以我们这次呢，给大家加了一个自动召唤的一个功能。这个功能基本上是默认会开启的。所以呢，有这个功能，它就可以帮助玩家更好的去副本游玩，更轻松一些。
其实副本的坐牢点，我感觉还不止这一点。就是上一次测试，包括之前，我在 PC 上去玩的，然后主要是我的在螺旋飞跃的时候，在键盘上我手指头特别的累要按，不停的按，不停的按，这个耐久度一直在下降。然后呢，所以说我们这次在基础移动上有没有做相应的调整？
有，这次针对基础移动，其实我们做了2个调整。然后第一个是我们增加了一键螺旋飞跃的功能，然后在 PC 上大家可以自定义的修改这个按钮这样的话，无论是PC 的玩家还是手柄端玩家，都可以比较轻松的实现这个螺旋飞跃。另外一个是我们增加了疾跑功能，我还是以 PC 端举例
，Oh my god! This changes everything.
疾跑模式，然后只要长按大概2秒左右就会一直保持这个疾跑状态，也不需要说一直摁着，其实也会比较累。那么角色进入疾跑状态之后呢，就比较大的缩短了我们这个跑步的时间。
Truffle, you don't need to sprint, you can just ride the pig.
地方都增加了一些钩索点。
Bravo!
之后点击这个
This system looks very
直接进行快速位移，真正的做到一键上房顶。
不得不说这个改动确实好。算是救了大家的小拇指了。
其实除了移动坐牢之外，一些指引的功能优化我们也同步加上了。那比如说委托密函，除了前面已经提到的大改动，其实还有2个小优化。
Yeah, they should make the Paimon.
以前我们
They should make her horns not flesh. I really want them to fix that. I don't like it.
之前比如说刷
That might just be me, but I always thought it looked a little weird.
它是比如说 好像是S016对吧？
对，
那然后我打开那个背包，发现我从其他副本掉落那些密函都是数字非常大，然后我比如说我要去刷一把武器的时候，我只能一个一个去找。
对，你并不知道自己刷的是什么。
是的。
所以我们的优化其中一个就是说，我们会把对应的图标放在上面，所以你很清楚的自己要刷什么。
那找起来就快多了。
They're like static graphics, so you can't like swing it. They're not physics based. You just go point A to point B.
有很多玩家反馈，我们非要回据点才能铸造，也很麻烦。
是。
对，搞得其实我们铸造显得非常的痛苦。所以我们现在的调整就是让我们的铸造随时随地都可以打开，并不会让你强制传送到一个地方。
Well, you don't have to visit the forge. The forge my immersion.
还有一些同时我们那个铸造也加了一个材料图鉴，让你更清楚的看到你的材料是在什么地方产出的。
是之前就是造武器，其实在没有获得图纸之前，我们是不知道造这个武器后面。
And you can see the information in game. Huge quality of life.
铸造素材，然后等真的拿到这张图纸再开始去刷的时候，又浪费了比较多的时间，然后又要从头开始去刷。其实现在能够很早的看到我们需要什么的话，其实
information in games is a lot more important than people think. Not everyone wants to open a wiki or whatever to look up
基本上我们的目的就比较简单，就是想要玩家更简单、更轻松去玩我们的游戏，不要有太大的负担。
Less grind, less stress. Wait, excuse me.
其实除了这些之外，
I mean, yeah, less stress from no gacha, but I mean, there's definitely going to be more grind.
的大大小小的一些改动，目的就是让玩家
Which is not a bad thing, you know, that is fine.
那我们接下来聊我们后续的一些。
The problem with a lot of gacha games is like sometimes you want to play them, but they don't let you play them for more than like 10 minutes a day, you know.
剧情当中呢，表现也是我们重点之一。大家也反馈，我们其实有很多的站桩啊、过场都不是很好。
Felt lame and awkward. Yeah. Even in the few hours that I went through, there were some shots that I'm like, surely this is just beta, right? The characters literally do not move at all.
是有些镜头很迷惑，就是
对
一个镜头过去，发现背后有一个特别大的灯，然后也看不清楚，这种
对
情况挺多的。
是，所以我们其实也继续的按照我们这个努力去把我们的站桩过场演出表现。
You would have played the crap out of Genshin on release to get artifacts if you were able to. I know a lot of people felt the same way. I felt the same way. I'm like, I want to kill bosses and stuff, but they don't want me to do that for more than 5 minutes a day.
我们很多玩家其实是比较喜欢和朋友一起玩的嘛。然后其实，在上册中，其实很多
especially because that was the first
想要一起和朋友一起上班这些，其实没有这个功能。然后在复制版本中，我们会把
a lot of people were not used to
开放联机
how little you actually have to grind
大家都可
a
以
day,
叫上
you
好
know.
朋友一起刷然后未来呢，我们也会开发更多新的联机玩法。
And now it's normalized.
联机体验。
now every gacha game is like that, you know.
单人游戏的玩家也不用担心所有的联机内容都是非强制的。包括我们滨户城的这个多人广场，在公测版本中也会增加这个控制按钮玩家可以自己选择是否要开启。
所以说之前那个沙滩动作就是放在这里用。
对。
还有一个，我想起来了，有一个非常重点的东西，我们上一次测试呢，其实移动端表现惨不忍睹。不对，换一个表情包。
They removed the gacha system and flipped the game on its head just months before their proposed release, which is
这里还是要跟各位
kinda crazy
说声对不起。
对，
然后所
以那就我来给大家最后展示一下我们这个移动端的优化进度因为我们之前有提过说，在移动端有一些比较。
Hold up. They're gonna talk about mobile optimizations. How many of you guys actually play like these open world-ish gacha games on a phone? Because like, I don't know about you guys, but when I tried to play Woo on my phone, dude, it's freaking turned into like a flaming tablet. Literally like on fire. It's so hot. And I didn't want to, like, I just rushed my dailies in like 5 minutes. I played on my on my phone for like literally 5 minutes just to do my dailies when I was on vacation. And then I immediately turn it off because it's like killing my battery. It's really hot, you know. But like, okay, how many people play on the phone for more than just, you know, dailies in a place where you can't normally use your computer, you know? Like, okay, so like if you're away from the computer, you won't be able to get on the computer, you know? Okay, how many people play for like more than like 30 minutes, right? Like, let's say a new patch drops. Who would play it and do exploration on their phone? Like, wouldn't you just rather get on the computer for that, or what? Like, you'd rather not play if it's not a daily. Exactly, that's how I feel like, right? Like, I mean, like, playing on your phone to, like, you know, stop your resin or raise plate from overcapping, or to, you know, knock out a weekly that you forgot to do, right? That's one thing. But then, like, actually playing to play the game is... I'll wait till I get on PC for that, thanks, you know? 30 minutes of ZZZ/Fuga on your phone, your battery dies. Yep, same with mine, phone, man. Same with mine. The question is, what's better? Going into a cave 1 to 2 weeks to kill mobs for and hope for a drop of armor, or spending 1 to 2 weeks stamina to get materials to craft a piece of armor? I think it's always better if it's not time gated. I think anything time gated, hard time gated, it creates this FOMO that people really don't like, you know. And like, people don't want to fall behind, and people don't want to feel like they're getting cucked on progression because of not getting an RNG or whatever. Like, for example, look at World of Warcraft and RuneScape. In World of Warcraft, you have, let's say there's a rare drop you want, and it comes from like a dungeon you can only do once a day. So you have to just farm that dungeon every day until you get it. You could get really cucked, and it could take a long time. Versus like a drop in RuneScape, which is like you kill this boss or do this raid, and then you have the chance. If you don't get it, you can just keep grinding it, you know. And you don't feel like, oh, I just have to freaking wait for another month of resets or whatever. I don't know. At least it feels like, you know, you're not just arbitrarily cucked by time. Like RNG, you know, you could always get cucked by RNG. But at least it's nice when you can just grind to your heart's content. Is there going to be a video for Augusta? No. That being said, she will probably be getting into the calculator sometime after release, and that will come with the character sheet. So keep your eyes out for that one.
阶段性的成果的时候是需要给大家来看一下的。然后那大家就看一下屏幕中的这个优化后的视频效果。我们主要针对不同的机型做了适配优化。
I would never play this on mobile, man. I mean, looks good though. Okay, looks good. But watching this is making my hands feel the heat. I can already feel the heat just watching this.
提升，当然这个不是我们最终的版本，我们到公测前还会继续做提升。 包括大家工作后也会根据大家的这个实际反馈啊，
I can actually feel the heat in my hands watching this.
进行适配。希望公测版本能够以更好的一个表现与大家见面。
那以上展示内容呢，就是目前的一些优化进展了。当然还有各种的细节调整，那就有待各位玩家公测的时候。
Designed for the winter, true. Imagine, okay, like. Remember, you know those like little bags, the heating bags that you put in your pockets to keep your hands warm in the winter? Yeah, that's the thing of the old. Just open up DNA, open up Lua or whatever on your phone, put it in your pocket, there's your heater, you know?
大雄老师，其实我们前面聊了那么多，都是提到了公测。那我们现在公测的时间是不是已经确定了？
没错，我们已经定好了。二重螺旋将会在2025年10月28号全球多平台公测上线。
October 28th is the launch date, guys. I feel like it's a tough commitment for them. They're going to be working their butt off with how many things they changed.
那我再总结一下，全角色、全武器免费，体力限制取消，商业化模式改动，还有我们
like they basically completely changed the progression of the game because they took out gacha, and there's 2 months between now and then. Good luck to their team. Wishing them the best. That seems like a lot of work.
目标只有一个，希望给大家带来更多的游戏体验，以及更简单、更轻松的游玩乐趣。那其实都聊这么久了，然后现在我其实也想说一些比较掏心窝子的话。为什么我们要调整这些东西？其实说白了就是。用户的付费习惯，付不付费取决于他对你的产品认不认可，以及对你的产品他认为价值判定是在。
The BGM though, the heartfelt. Oh, we care about you guys. We're fixing the issues for you guys.
认可我们产品了，你在支持我们的产品，所以我们只有一个目的，就是你只要能来玩，我们就非常开心了。
我们就还是希望就是玩家能来体验一下，然后感受一下我们游戏。如果觉得不好，那么
like some people have suspicions that it was all part of the plan. I feel like it's more of, oh, we made it a gacha game just because every anime game these days, every anime live service game is a gacha game, so we'll make ours gacha too. And then they realized, hold up, gacha sucks. What if we did it, you know? But I still think 2 months is a kind of ambitious time frame to make such a dramatic shift. But we can only wait and see, you know. There's a chance, you know, there's a couple outcomes. 1, it doesn't work out that well. And 2, it pops the F off, and then gacha companies wake the F up, and we slowly move away from gachas. God bless, you know. I would love to see that happen, so I hope they do the best. They realized that they could just make Warframe anime, like, right? There's so many games that, you know, anime girls make games better, you know? Imagine Apex Legends, but with anime girls. Oh wait, that's Fate Sugar. And then now, we have Warframe, but anime girls. Okay, when are we getting, like, RuneScape, but anime girls, and Path of Exile, but anime girls, you know? Imagine that. Okay, crazy. Those should be the upcoming huge game projects, okay? Imagine! It would be so good, you know? POE but anime girls would be 10 out of 10. Dude, imagine. The cosmetics would go so hard in that game. I've spent more than I want to admit on cosmetics in anime games, MMOs back in the day. Yeah. When can we go back? We are stuck in the gacha hell of gaming era, okay? Gacha, like, unfortunately, like, as much as I do enjoy, like, gacha games, they are definitely a step backwards for gaming, you know? So I would like to see Duet Night Abyss pull this off successfully, and, you know, maybe 5 years later, we start getting more games being not afraid of not doing gacha, you know. So we'll have to see.
也请你就是告诉我们哪里觉得体验不好，
对，
我们后续继续改进。
对，我们也会一直持续的收听到大家的建议跟反馈，我们继续努力去调整，让我们的产品变得更好，大家更认可，更加判定好我们的价值是符合他的需求的。对，所以我们
You don't enjoy gacha games, but you love anime girls. Yeah. And I'm sure a lot of people feel the same way. Cause, like, okay, you know the problem? You know the biggest problem with gacha games? You can have a waifu. You can, like, invest in them. But you better believe that there's going to be a better waifu coming out down the line. Or even a better version of your current waifu that you need to invest in, right? What happened to those days where instead of pulling for the anime waifu, you are the anime waifu, you know, and you're buying, like, accessories and costumes for your own character, and not just some character who you never knew existed, you know? Right? Crazy idea.
还是本质上就是希望我们是一个没有压力、更轻松的这么一个游戏，让大家没有付费压力去畅想，我们去享受游玩我们这个过程的这么一个游戏。最后你认可了，你再支持，我觉得都是可以的。
是的，是的。刚才我们其实聊了很多游戏内的东西，那我们现在就由我这边讲一下一些游戏外的。
I mean, the Nikki franchise is always a dress-up franchise. But I'm talking about, like, in
正式上线了。大家这个时候可以扫一下我们屏幕上的二维码，参与
more normal games as well.
点点手指，一键飞跃。
Because Nikki has always been a dress-up game.
然后在后续的公测预热阶段呢，我们运营也准备了非常多的角色档案啊、玩法，包括系统攻略等等这些互动栏目。包括我们前面有提到的测试服的招募，大家可以多多关注我们的官方社媒，多与我们互动。
同时呢，我们美术同学也会持续去做好美术的细节优化，以更进一步的画面表现，与大家见面。
那距离公测还有一段时间，那我们会继续在正式上线之前，继续优化和打磨我们在进行中的内容，以争取以最高的完成度，以最好的效果面对大家。期待10月28号跟大家
TOF, I mean, okay, if there's one thing TOF had going for it, it's that. Okay. Oh, crazy.
What's the meaning of wielding this sword?
Whoa, new trailer. Oh my god, the tacit discords, guys. Goom new type.
Long ago, someone told me that swords are meant for conquering.
Guys, looking respectfully. I wonder what her beach outfit looks like. Oh, that was a cool transition. Oh no, the hand holding, the unfiltered hand holding holding of powers awakened.
This is not the answer I want.
Oh my god, Arcan Blade.
The meaning of wielding this sword. I have found my own answer.
So anime. Just have the anime flashback in the middle
Together,
of your battle.
we
Have
shall
a
face the
imaginary hand holding, you know,
That's
a
why I'm
freaking
wielding
power,
this sword.
and then saying some cheesy line as you deliver the final blow. You know, you love to see it. Oh, crazy. Okay, so that is the end of the live stream. The TLDR is they're removing the gacha system, they're removing the energy system, and the game of you can unlock things by playing the game. Crazy idea. So I've already kind of talked about how I feel about all of this. But the long story short is I feel like it makes a lot of sense. And the game to begin with, because it's heavily derivative from Warframe, it doesn't need to rely on the gacha formula. And I guess they realized that too, so they decided to finally cut their ties with gacha. So we'll have to see how that turns out. I still wonder, like, okay, so characters are not made equal. Like, the 4-star characters don't have as cool animations as like the 5-star characters do. But so are characters in game going to specifically have that tiering where some characters are just cheaper than others and like lower value? Or is it going to, or are they going to have all the characters balanced to be the same? But then it's like the 4-star characters like are visually underwhelming compared to 5-stars. So how do they manage to handle that? I'm curious. It's like one of those things where you can buy the characters outright, but you can also just unlock them from grinding. You hope they don't just copy everything and reintroduce bad things in Warframe here too. I mean, that's always a trap that could be easy to fall in, you know. There's a product that exists, and then making a new one based on what already works. It's like, what elements do we take? Which elements do we not take? Obviously, some elements are not that ideal, right? But yeah, I'm worried about the equality between units. The 4-stars, the 5-stars, the limited units, you know. would want to invest their resources into grinding a 4-star unit when they can grind the flashier, cooler unit, you know? But if you copy what already exists, why would people play your game instead of what already exists? Easy. Anime girls. That's all you need to do. Warframe, I sleep. Warframe, but with cute anime girls? Interested. And that's how they get me, at least, you know. If they had... Okay, to be completely blunt, Warframe characters, I don't know, man, kinda ugly, okay? I could never. I question how the balancing will turn out. They definitely have a lot of things to freaking change before in the next 2 months, you know. They're cool but not cute, yeah. But that's the thing. For me, I like cute, right? I'm sure there's other people in my boat, you know. And like, I mean, obviously, you know, gameplay is really great as well. Like, really important. Like, PoE 2, my character is pretty ugly, you know. But as with all characters in PoE 2, honestly, pretty ugly. But the gameplay, though, you know. Now, where's our anime girl Path of Exile, dude? That would be main game easy. Okay. Anime girl PoE, make it happen. Someone make it happen. Maybe DNA is the beginning of the no gacha revolution. Okay, imagine, dude. That would be crazy, and I really hope that because of that, like, I really hope it does do well to kind of set an example, you know. Cause, you know, it's because Genshin did well that every company decided to follow suit and make more gachas with the same freaking formula as Genshin, you know. The same formula, 50/50s, and monetization models. Like, you know, when something works, it's other companies are incentivized to just copy what works, you know. So yeah. So if this works, then we might finally see, you know, we might finally start getting some more live service games that are not gachas. Cause, I don't know, how many of you guys like enjoy like MMOs, long-term progression games? For me, those are the games that I like the most. And I think it's unfortunate that every single modern live service game is a gacha, you know. You hate MMOs? I mean, fair, okay. But for me, I really like them, you know. I sound like Teo, really? Teo. Oh, speaking of which, though, we have our CM lined up for after this, so. Have I played Lost Ark? You restarted as a casual and it's pretty fun not grinding. I actually did play Lost Ark up to max level, but I do not like the KMMO formula of needing 10 ults to progress, you know? Like, that, it's a freaking full-time job. And people, I remember, Maple Story 2 shut down about the time Lost Ark came up. So many freaking MS2 players moved on to Lost Ark, calling it Maple Story 3. I played MS2 so hard. I had like 10 ults that I did weekly dungeons and raids on. And it consumed my life. And I wasn't about to get into that again with Lost Ark, you know. There's a live service single player open world ARPG coming out reporting the murder of Werewolf's Meat. I heard about it. I'll check it out. But hold up, single player? Single player? I think multiplayer is pretty cool, you know. And MMOs don't make the quick money these companies want. Yeah. And it's just unfortunate, right? So why, like, it's like content, you know? Why put high effort into content, into quality content, when you can punch out like 5 low effort slots and you get rewarded more for it, you know? Oh, why invest 10 years into making an MMO when you can make some gacha, you know? And in a fraction of the time and make just as much money, you know? And that is why we live in the era of gacha gaming. It is for what it is, so it is what it is. I would love to see that change, cause I'm getting tired of gacha games these days. Don't know about you guys, but I feel like I've seen a lot of people start moving back to old games because they're also tired of gachas, you know. Werewolf's Meat has a co-op world. If it has a co-op world in the same... I mean, I don't know, it depends. Like, Wuma has co-op, but would you really call that co-op? You know, ain't nobody co-oping in Wuma, let me tell you that. It's like multiplayer, but is it really multiplayer, right? It's not multiplayer in the same way that other games are. 50-50 banners are deranged? Yeah, 100%! Dude! The amount, like, literally... I don't know, people, they somehow found a way to turn normies into gamblers. A lot of old games have their charms, and I think we've lost a lot of that with gacha games. So let's see if this is the beginning of a new road. I'm very curious to see. Anyways, before we so that will be it for this stream review. Before we end, we are going to quickly move over to Umamusume, where I will participate in the finals for the champions meeting and see if we get cooked or not. Okay. Well, it's just a single race, just one single race. Okay. Okay, I need to pop myself back into existence. Okay, just one race. Okay, it's gonna be so fast, I'm not even gonna bother changing the stream title. Actually, maybe I should. Okay, just one decisive race. Umamusume. Pretty derby. Okay. One race to see how cooked we're getting, okay? Yeah, you love RNG. Do you like RNG in your... More RNG in your gacha games? I have my Uma ears on. Okay, here is our... Let me show you what we're working with, okay? I mean, I guess we just go right in. Good luck! Oh wait, we're just in. We're just literally in. Okay. Oh no. Okay, let's see. So here's my Ogre Cap. 1200 speed. Medium S. 800 stat power. Here's my tail. This is my high stamina tail, so she is also S medium, but she only has one XL unique. Okay, so this is not my fastest unit, but she is more consistent. Okay. Yeah. Let's see what we're up against. Oh, there's a front plus. Oh, A plus whale ogre. S turf. Not cap speed. Okay, you know what? Only one XL unique. Okay, they have the wrong passive. Okay, you know what? I think there's a chance. There's a good chance. Okay. Who else is there? There's a front Gurura, but there is a Maruzensky bless. Okay. Gold ship though. This. Okay, she's not cap speed, she's not mad ass, okay? But she is gold ship, you know, she is gold ship. Oh. These gold ships, these are to look out for. This one, oh, no, okay, it's over. It's so over. What the heck is this? It's so over. Mad ass, 900 power, 1200 speed, oh no. Oh, it's so over. This one's going to kill everyone. This gold ship is killing everyone. I hope she late starts and trips over a rock. No, the Urara is to make the pace, okay? Like, so then it becomes a power check. But there is a Maruzensky, so the Urara becomes useless. Because when Urara is the only front runner, it means everyone else has to use her as to determine the pace, you know.
You can do it.
I think I did get pretty much, okay. Here you go, okay. So the difference between winning this and losing this is you get like... Okay, you get like almost another 10 pulls, okay, so... Oh, this gold ship. I hope she trips, man. I hope she trips. I hope she trips. Okay. I think my tail has been performing better than my Ogre Cap in general. Okay, my Ogre Cap just like started. Okay, obviously, you know, whatever. Okay, so surely tail is does well, right? But I'm scared. I'm scared for the gold ships, dude. She rushed. She rushed. Oh no. So a late start and then one rushed. Okay, they I mean, okay, she does have a lot of stamina, you know, so she should be fine, you know. It shouldn't kill her, but it definitely is not ideal. But those gold ships, I mean, someone needs to block them all. Okay, somebody needs to freaking stand right in front of those the gold ships. Don't let them through, okay? Don't let them through. Someone's Ogre is already passing the Maruzensky, so that Maruzensky is made to die early. It's a big cock in there. Surely they block the gold ships, right? Block the gold ships. Okay, here it is. Final spurt. Oh no, there's just the gold ship. Any procs? Okay. Don't want to lose with your anime music playing, okay? That would be embarrassing. Oh no, the gold ship. The gold ship. Oh no! No, Ogre Cap is over. I don't. There's no way Ogre Cap is gonna. I don't believe. The ghost ship is too fast, man. No! Second? No, I knew it was over the second I saw the gold ship, okay? Dude, how come I get this gold ship, okay? How come I get this piece of crap, okay? In my lobby. Why do I get this in my lobby? Tail rushed as well. Maybe she would have had a chance. No, my Ogre is pretty good stats, but she oh, did she lone wolf? I think she got hang on. I think she got lone wolf. I should have ran another nice nature and got lone wolf on her, man. That's actually Soul Scott. They can't keep getting away with this. Unlucky. One link. That is actually the difference of one lone wolf. Like, you're supposed to run lone wolf on your nature to deny it from anyone else. But I only ran one nice nature run, and I was like, good enough. Surely it's not going to come back and bite me in the butt. That's unfortunate. Well, we still got a bunch of hoes. I have shooting for victory on my low stam tail. But that tail is more inconsistent because if you don't proc a recovery, you just die. This is the other tail. I have double max speed, S medium, double unique, double circle spring runner. But the stamina is a little spotty to a point where, with nature debuffs and missing one of two recoveries, means she dies. Time to build for launch CM. Oh, don't worry, I'm already working on it. But yeah, it is what it is. Like, I've seen a lot more scuffed units win. It really depends, you know, on the lobby you get. As with all the CM runs, you know. Like, I've seen a 1200 gold ship in round 1. And I've also seen some units that are extremely scuffed. I've seen, like, units that look like, what? I've seen stuff like this win at the same time. Like, non-cap speed, no S-mid, and sometimes they won't even have, like, triple unique. They might be, like, scuffed skills or whatever. Yep, well, anyways. That was, disappointing, but, what can you expect? Well, I mean, it is what it is. It's just, at the end of the day, the final round is very RNG, you know. You either win or you don't. Okay, anyways, and that's all we conclude the stream for today. Thanks for coming to hang out and watch the live stream with me. So I will see you guys again tomorrow for what do you call it? Some Elden Ring or probably or something. Okay, and then Friday we have new Path of Exile League. So exciting week. Okay, I will catch you guys again then. Let's find somewhere to read out to. Okay, who is streaming? Okay, well, raid streaming. Okay, I will catch you guys next time then. This music is doing things to my brain. Bye bye. Bye. See you tomorrow. Have a great rest of your night. Good night. Oh. Copy pasta, the raid, copy pasta, okay? Okay, bye bye.